Reacting to the Boston Celtics' overtime loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Boston Celtics suffered a tough overtime loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves on Monday night, their first loss of the NBA's 2023-24 season, raising some questions about the team's performance versus better teams. Despite a strong effort from All-NBA Boston forward Jayson Tatum in the first half, the Celtics struggled with turnovers and lacked execution in overtime. Anthony Edwards of the Timberwolves stole the show with his impressive performance, leading his team to a statement win with 38 points. The Celtics' reliance on isolation plays and lack of bench scoring were also areas of concern, and the team's shooting percentages dropped, with their offense primarily coming from one-on-one battles. The Celtics' thin bench and absence of key players further hindered their performance. How worried should Celtics fans be about the loss? The hosts of the CLNS Media, Garden Report, podcast weigh in below. The Minnesota Timberwolves handed the Boston Celtics their first loss of the season in an overtime thriller Monday night at Target Center. Boston entered the fourth quarter trailing by 5 points and, thanks to some clutch shots from stars Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, fought to force OT. Unfortunately for the C's, that was Anthony Edwards' time to shine. Edwards propelled Minnesota to a 114-109 victory with 8 points in the extra period. He finished with a game-high 38 points despite being in foul trouble for most of the night. Tatum, 32 points, and Brown, 26 points, did their part in an otherwise lackluster offensive performance for the Celtics. They'll look to bounce back Wednesday night when they visit the Philadelphia 76ers. First, here are our takeaways from Monday's action. Best defense beats best offense. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? We got our answer with the Celtics' #1 offense taking on a Timberwolves team that boasts the best defensive rating in the league. The C's, who racked up 75-plus points in the first half against the Washington Wizards and Indiana Pacers, notched only 74 points through 3 quarters against Minnesota's stifling D. The Timberwolves set the tone with a strong first quarter in which they limited Boston to 42.9% shooting, 2 for 9 from 3, and forced 5 turnovers. Speaker Celtics Talk post-game pod. C's struggle late, can't overcome Anthony Edwards' 38-point night in first loss of year. Listen and subscribe. The Celtics shot just 39.1% from the field for the game, including an uncharacteristic 28.2%. 11 for 39, from beyond the arc. Their 101 points in regulation marked their lowest total through the first 6 games of the campaign. Minnesota, now 4-2 on the season, put on an impressive performance against the NBA championship favorite. Perhaps our 2023-24 NBA season simulation was on to something after all. Off shooting night for non-Jays. The Celtics have dominated their opponents this season because when Tatum or Brown isn't producing, someone else is stepping up. Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday have fit in seamlessly and Derek White has continued to be a key piece. On Monday though, Porzingis and Holiday struggled to find consistency while White, personal reasons, was inactive. That left the C's fighting for every bucket against Minnesota's tough defense. Celtics players not named Tatum or Brown shot a combined 14 for 49, 28.6%, from the field. Porzingis, 20 points, 5-14 FG, and Sam Hauser, 11 points, 3-8 FG, were the most efficient options after the Jays. Thanks for watching NY Sports News. Stay tuned for more updates.